Cheby! I made it. Chugging up and down those hills, I tell you. Was that Chesterfield Hill in New Hampshire? That is a pretty serious hill. Luckily it wasn't winter in the ice. And I'm going to show you something on this truck before we make our pulling the truck off the trailer fail. Kind of like Evel Knievel when he used to do his jumps. You know what he died from, Evel Knievel? He lost all his money, all his endorsements, when he broke his manager's knees after he wrote a book exposing all of Evel Knievel's nastiness. His nastiness was trying to kill himself. He never did. He died from I believe, he died from intravenous blood transfusion that had some kind of hepatitis or AIDS or whatever. Look at that hose. That hose was rubbing on this bolt a long time ago for the coolant overflow, which actually on this truck in '84 used to be down there. And the jack used to be here, and I moved the bottle from there to here. This is a newer, like an '86, '87, '88. This is an '84, and the bolt was rubbing on that hose. So I put a piece of rubber on it, but this hose goes back 25, 30 years. A friend of mine got me this wholesale, a couple of rolls of 5/8 and 3/4 thermoid heater hose, and it's always been leaking from random spots, just random little seepages from the hose. I've still got some of it left. It's 30 years old now. I'm going to buy some genuine GM reproduction, made in USA ribbed hose with the GM logo on it. I just got to buy some bulk. They want to sell me 4 feet of this and 5 feet of that for 20, 30, 40 bucks. I'm going to buy a couple boxes, but look at that. I'm going to cut that open for you one of these days in the very near future. That hose is worn right through. But it didn't leak, even though this truck was running hot. What it needs is a 160-degree thermostat, so I'd have more time to build up heat before it overheated, which it didn't. And it needs a Ford tube radiator, which it doesn't. It has a made in China 3-tube with a factory tower clamp that I installed. 4-row radiator would be better, even a 5-row radiator. This is a made in China radiator. I put another one in because this one had a slight leak, and the other one lasted a year and a half, and it had a bigger leak. So, getting back to what I'm going to do is I've got to get this 86,000 mile rotted plow truck rotted off the U-Haul trailer by 2 o'clock, and it's 12:30 now, so I got an hour and a half to screw this thing up, and it's been leaking oil all over the driveway. Transmission oil, brake oil, engine oil, and I can't start it because there's a hole in one of the oil lines. Oh, stall for some time here, just like Evel Knievel used to do before he did a jump, because the whole jump took less than a minute. So you gotta stall for time, and I stopped on my road trip yesterday and got a safe for all my documents, because certain things just aren't easily replaceable. Better to have them in a safe that's fireproof, theft-proof. So I bought this truck in New Hampshire a year ago, and it's got 86,000 miles, and the idler seized and tossed the belt, which went right through the oil line. So you can run it, but it spews oil from the oil line. So how do you block an oil line? Well, easier said than done. That looks like a 3/8. Who knows how you block it? So I can't start it, even though I did hear it running. And look at that. This thing had a remote PMD. Where the heck did it go? Why is the remote PMD missing? When I bought this thing, it was supposed to be running, and it was running. I heard it run last year. Well, tell me the guy took off the PMD. All he left me with was some empty nuts. Well, that's not very nice of him, because I couldn't get this thing running anyways. Huh. I don't know why the fan's off. It's sitting in the back. I don't know. Nice guy. So, what I'm going to do is, what I've done is, I've chained the truck to the tree with a couple of crappy chains. And this tree is pretty big. It's chucking needles all over my vehicles here. Everything's full of needles. So I'm going to pull the trailer out from under the rig. And what could go wrong? Well, the truck can't roll away because it's attached to the tree. The tree's not going to fall down because it's a big 50-year-old tree. And the hitch isn't going to break off because the hitch is not rusted. Or actually is it? Hard to believe, huh? Everything rusts around here. Everything. Yep, it's rusted. Something else that's interesting is that frame is pretty ripe. My trailer that I rented from U-Haul only has those lights working in the back, the 3 center ones. These work with the turn signal and stoplight. That clearance lamp for the driver to tell where the side of the trailer is, that one wasn't working. So I basically had, out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 lights, I had 1, 2, 3 working. And a couple of them working only on turn signal and stop. So I'll show you those in a while. We'll give Miss Hip Chick. Nice BMW, Miss Hip Chick. I think you'd look better in a red Mercedes or a Solara. Want to take this? And maybe over here, good spot, so we can watch the failure. Watch the tree fall down or the hitch get torn off, or I don't know what's going to happen here. You've been selected for The Price is Right. Something over here so we can watch the action. You can scan it this way, make fun of me, or maybe that way. Watch the chain. Keep an eye on the chain, keep an eye on the truck. Not gonna run because the PMD is missing. Maybe the old one still works. Bring her up!
Hurry up!
There goes Evil Beetle. Turn the wheel a bit. The back wheel's not turning, it seems. Looks like it's going to fall off the trailer, but probably just when I get to the edge of it. Do what you got to do. You got to get it off the trailer. How's that chain? Is that chain tight?
Yep. All right. Yay. All right.
Take any of the U-Haul trailer with me? The wheel should have turned, but
Well,
couldn't have locked the ignition.